Hey TikTok. So I managed to get the backpack on there. I had to use my Dremel and countersink the inside of the square so that it went up against that torso nice and flush, and it didn't look like it was just plastic on sitting on top of plastic. I then used one of those air hose things from Saw Gerrera. That figure is really good for parts. This armor piece alone, that thing looks brutal. I want to use that on something. I've got to find a project to use that on. Cause look at that thing. Anyway, back to this. So I wrapped it around, where you'd have your air hoses nice and protected and all that stuff. It's kind of the logical place where you would hook up a life support system where you had to fight, a guy that was shooting at you. You have the arm plate right there and you got the buttons right there. That's bad enough. Somebody could shoot those freaking buttons. But you want your hose connections in the back where ain't nobody going to be able to touch them. So I was toying with that. And then I was sort of like, well, what am I going to do for a head? Until I get that one fixed. I just needed something to get an idea of what I was dealing with. And AT-AT Driver was one of my favorites when I was a kid. The thing is, the Black Series AT-AT Driver isn't great. But now I'm thinking, hey, oh yeah. If I need to drop down that head a little bit, which means taking the Dremel tool to the inside of that port so that it sits a little bit more naturally, because right now it's sitting on top of that ball joint. And it's just sort of sitting on top of the guy's head in there like he doesn't have any hair or anything, For some reason, the hip joints are doing this number. They're being all floppy-woppy. I may have bent that one, I don't know, with the hairdryer when I was trying to get it apart. I may order another AT-AT driver just so I can get those hoses. Because when I took this AT-AT driver's head off, I took the hoses out thinking I wasn't really going to use them. But now I'm thinking I might want to go ahead and use them somehow. But I don't know. This looks really good. When I get the belt all done, I may get the soft goods attached and just leave it like this. If they can have a TIE fighter pilot be Special Forces in the Imperial Navy or Army or whatever the hell this is, then why can't, AT-AT driver helmets be used for, Special Ground Forces winter version, whatever. I mean, I like AT-AT drivers. Okay, just sue me. I like AT-AT drivers. All right. But it's looking really good right now. I like the way the backpack looks right now, with the hose all wrapped around there. I'm going to go ahead and call this it for today. I got stuff to do later. But I'm going to carry this around with me and make people visibly uncomfortable at the sight of a grown man playing with action figures. But I'll make a video later. All right.
Aww.